Welcome back to AM Northwest. Following the success of the TV series Limitless with Chris Hemsworth, the global movie star returns with a new mission, discovering how we can all live better starting today. In Limitless, Live Better Now, he dives into 3 high-stakes challenges that promise ways to sharpen our minds and strengthen our bodies.
Why is it the older we get, we tend to avoid those type of activities?
So like novel, difficult situations can be framed 2 different ways, right? They can be framed as a threat, right? An opportunity for failure. And I think that's easier the older we get. But the way that kids think is as a challenge. It's like, I haven't done this before. Let's see what I can do. Because that is what is involved in the transition from childhood to adulthood.
Look inside a kid's brain and you'll see a dopamine system in overdrive, sparking curiosity and a drive to explore. But as we age, that dopamine sensitivity drops by about 10% per decade. The exception seems to be the extreme athletes who enjoy high-risk activities. Research suggests they have a more active dopamine system compared to other adults.
We welcome 2 of the experts from the series, neuroscientist Abigail Marsh and motocross legend Robbie Maddison. Good morning, you 2.
Good morning.
You know, this series, Limitless, Live Better Now, looks incredible. Abigail, let me start with you. What was your goal in this series?
My goal in this series was to help support Chris in achieving his goal, which was to climb the face of a dam in the Swiss Alps, which was a 500-foot tall wall. While yeah, I'm glad it was him and not me. But he wanted to not just climb the wall, but he wanted to achieve a flow state while he was doing it, which is a state that you can accomplish if you were tackling something that's challenging, requires all of your concentration. And if you get there, it's really an incredible state of mind where you lose your sense of time, lose your sense of self, are completely focused on the goal at hand. You're less sensitive to pain and fatigue. And to his credit, he got there.
Robbie, you are a motocross legend. You take risks. I know now you have 3 sons. They also take risks. They travel with you. Do you see risk in a new light with your sons?
Yeah, I mean, I think risk, well, fear and risk kind of go hand in hand. So I think fear is fuel if you burn it the right way. And so I just try to teach my kids to take the risk when they're ready to take it. And so we do a lot of visualization work. We practice in small steps, and that's how they've got to this amazing height. So it's a matter of commitment and consistency and open-mindedness, and then learning from your failures and calculated movements forwards. It's like climbing Mount Everest. It starts with one single step, and so it's just about being consistent and working at the right pace. And with doing that, we can all achieve our greatest dreams.
What was your experience with Chris?
My experience with Chris was just really helping him step out of that comfort zone. You know, I was able to see, not so obviously physically he's amazing, but mentally it really took the mental side of it, and he was willing to take the fear because he's terrified of heights. And that dam wall it's literally scary to look at. But Chris achieved it all. He pushed through mental barriers that were very impressive, and you know, he reached the flow state thanks to Dr. Marsh and the team. But more so, I think he did it for his own reasons, and we saw the warrior, the beast, come out of him, and it was just so impressive to see. And that's why Limitless is a much watch.
Oh, wow. Okay, Abigail, let me ask you this. You talk about the difference between children's brains when it comes to risk and adults' brains, because I know I used to take risks as a kid, and I certainly don't do that now.
Yeah, right. Isn't that an experience we all have? And Chris sees the same thing with him when he's watching his kids. They're taking on risks and challenges that he feels like he wouldn't be able to tackle with the same sense of joy and excitement. And kids' brains are not just small adult brains. They're definitely different. One of the differences is they're more sensitive to dopamine, which is a neurotransmitter that makes us excited to take on new challenges and new risks. And so kids naturally seek out risks and challenges, which helps them stretch and helps them grow and learn. Adults have to be a little bit more deliberate about it. We have to push ourselves and deliberately try to take on risks that we might be worried to do, but the risks are often not as great as we think they're going to be, and the rewards can be huge. We can get a greater sense of self-efficacy, a greater sense of confidence, and reduce our anxiety in tackling new challenges in the future.
I'm curious if either of you learned something from doing the series yourselves. Let me ask you, Robbie, did you learn anything?
I did learn, you know, I'm working on another project myself, and so through that, just the perseverance, the small steps. What I really learned from Chris, though, is just how he carries himself. He's an incredible human being. He's very kind, and he's willing to pay attention and grow and learn from people. So he really started me to really opening up and having more conversations, and rather than just staying kind of in my little box there, like just working on my stuff, like, you know, just kind of communicating better and just carrying myself, you know, a little bit differently. But the series, I binge watched the first series, so I was a huge fan of it. So to kind of come on board and see him, you know, climb this massive mountain, it's truly inspiring. So he left me inspired and motivated, and I think anyone who watches Limitless will feel the same way. It's an inspirational, motivational series, and it's much watched.
Abigail, for you, did you learn anything?
Well, it's one thing to know about how fear and risk and tackling them works in the lab. It's a different thing entirely to see it playing out in real life. So I just really found a huge sense of pleasure in watching somebody do the thing that we scientists know that we all should be doing, which is taking on the risk we're afraid of to try to stretch ourselves, and to see the benefits play out in the real world. It was really cool.
Love it. We want to tell everyone Limitless, Live Better Now is streaming now. Thank you both so very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.